Rahul Gandhi, Congress benefit out of Rahul Gandhi's disqualification?
See, of course, any publicity is good publicity. And that too, for an opposition party which is normally short of funds, it's free publicity, correct? Now they have to capitalize on it. And as Tarunji has mentioned, the communication has to be crisp, very clear, and for different segments of voters. So let's take, for example, today, the press conference. Now, who is the target audience of the press conference? One is the core voter of the Congress party. I think for them, Rahul did not utter a word, or the communication was not significant. Correct? As to channelize, motivate this unit that something wrong is happening to our leader. It did not address sort of his core vote base. One. Second is the cadre. I repeat for them again. So cadre ke liye, what do they get from this? They are unsure whether they will challenge this legally. They are unsure what is going to be the activity of Rahul Gandhi. Will he hit the streets? They are unsure whether Priyanka will contest from Wayanad. So there is a lot of ambiguity, not clarity, which does not help a cadre which is demotivated but which had got some motivation because of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Then there is opposition. Of course, in this entire press conference, Rahul was targeting the opposition. Correct. That is why the keywords, if you see, is Adani and Savarkar. Let me tell you very frankly, many people in India do not know who Savarkar is. I have never read his name in history books, maybe in Maharashtra because of there is a linkage, but people do not know who is Savarkar. So you are using an analogy, मैं सावरकर नहीं हूँ, गांधी हूँ, that is a message only for the right wing who identify with Savarkar. This message is not going to the rest of the public because most of the people don't know who Savarkar is. Next, Adani is the new Rafael for Rahul Gandhi. In India, we need to be very clear. Crony capitalism is prevalent across the world because the charge is what? So, and crony capitalism again is not understood by the common man. India में corruption का मतलब होता है bribe. Somebody paid some money to some party or some politician. Unless you make that charge, this charge holds no ground. And by stopping from making this charge, you ultimately, yourself put yourself on a weak wicket. What are you charging here? There has to be something, correct, to prove or what is the logical end or logical conclusion of your charge. 20,000 rupees came from where? Okay, SEBI will find it out. But what next? What do you want to say? You are not saying it directly. It is not a direct communication. You are making that charge, but you are leaving it for the people to interpret that you are making a corruption charge. So you are shying short of making that. So all these things need to be studied in depth, and there is an opportunity. You have got free publicity, but you have to utilize it. I mean, you have to utilize that opportunity, whether Rahul Gandhi can utilize that opportunity, whether Congress party has the infrastructure to utilize that opportunity. If you look at the press conference, it was very clearly visible that it was such a big moment for Rahul Gandhi. The team was clearly underprepared. You have two OBC chief ministers sitting on the dais. Two OBC chief ministers. 100% of your chief ministers are OBC. Again, you are just giving a symbolic message, but not taking the bull by the horn. How can BJP accuse Rahul Gandhi of saying that he dishonored the OBCs when 100% of chief ministers of Congress belong to the OBC community? Again, you are leaving the message for people to interpret. You are not giving a direct, simple, clear message to the people.
Correct. Amitabh, is it time for us to now move away from this traditional press conferences, traditional way that a party communicated to people, traditional way that they projected themselves? Is it time for India to move away? Or is it time for Congress to move away? Actually, be more specific.
Very interesting and important point you brought. There, for any party, when it is choosing any medium of communication, and Tarunji knows much better, you have to do a peer analysis. When you are targeting Narendra Modi, when you are pitching yourself against Narendra Modi, what is the medium of communication Narendra Modi is using? Zero press conference. He has eliminated, in the language of the right wing, the middlemen. Because what happens is that, and it is an adage, Chinese whispers, correct? So you say something, people will write something, and then they will deliver something depending on their core ideology, because we know some media houses have their own partialities, and then it goes to the people. Wherein here, it needed a direct one-to-one, heart-to-heart communication with the public. This is what I have done, this is what has happened, these guys are targeting me, मैं जेल जाने से डरता नहीं हूँ, which he has said, ठीक है, लेकिन उसका एक स्ट्रक्चर है, मैं जेल जाने से डरता नहीं हूँ, मैं इसके लिए लड़ता रहूंगा, ठीक है, एक crisp direct communication. Again, when we are talking about Adani issue, and Tarunji also highlighted, उस समय पे एक नारा था, गली गली में चोर है, शोर है, डैश चोर है, करेक्ट? इट वाज अ क्लियर नारा, क्लियर. अगर आपको यही बोलना है तो आप ये बोलिए, लेकिन आप रुक रहे हैं बोलने से, which means that probably you do not have the conviction, or you don't have the necessary ammunition to make that charge. Number 2, Adani is not an issue which impacts everybody. Is it an issue which impacts the poor man, the common man, even after doing 5-6 months of Bharat Jodo Yatra? You have not understood what is the problem which impacts the common man. Let's say, due to crony capitalism, banks have lent thousands of crores to the Adani group, which is not justified. How does it impact the common man? Then you make an argument that if the banks lose money, the common man loses money. Correct? But even if you go by the data, LIC has said 1% of its investments are in Adani Group. Even if all of them become junk, nothing happens to the 29 crore policy holders. When I say nothing substantial happens. Correct? ऐसा नहीं है कि 100% of the investment is in Adani. Same with banks. Banks have almost 133 trillion of loans outstanding. Loans to Adani Group is 2.2 trillion. Even if all goes for a toss, it is not going to significantly impact or put a hole in the pocket of the common man. Correct? So if this is the case, is this an issue again to be brought up and to be made the main focal point? You are bringing up an issue is fine, because Hindenburg has made a research report that there has been a stock market crash. But is it the issue which you can harp upon? I have my full doubts about it. It is not an issue which impacts everybody. Price rise, unemployment, inflation, agri distress, these are the issues which you should be probably harping upon.
This is one direct question, and I expect you to tell me yes or no. It's a yes or no answer. Has this entire incident got the opposition together? Has this entire incident got the opposition together under the Congress and possibly under Rahul Gandhi's leadership? Has that happened?
This entire incident has got the opposition together, because we are seeing most of the political parties who were non-Congress, who were trying to form a non-Congress, non-BJP front, also have come out in support of the Congress party. But it does not automatically mean that they would wish to come under the umbrella of Congress. Yesterday, many people missed a very important statement made by Arvind Kejriwal. He said, India's Prime Minister is the first, or the most corrupt person and the most illiterate till date in the assembly. So, with this attention going to Rahul Gandhi, the competitors are not liking it. It is human nature. Mamata, Kejriwal, KCR will not like it. Nitish Kumar did not even participate in the protest which happened in the Bihar Assembly. Correct. So it's a double whammy sort of a situation. This is clearly positioning Rahul Gandhi as the undisputed leader of the Congress party. There were question marks because under his leadership, a lot of elections the party lost and many stalwart leaders have left.
Amitabh, I just need to intercept 1 minute here. Amitabh, here, Arvind Kejriwal also made a statement where he said that, listen, unfair. This shouldn't have been done to Rahul Gandhi. Akhilesh Yadav made a statement supporting Rahul Gandhi. So a lot of otherwise people who wouldn't have spoken for Congress or for Rahul Gandhi has spoken. So I was actually viewing it from that perspective. So please continue from here.
Arvind Kejriwal's message is, जिसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं जले पे नमक छिड़कना. He was basically taunting Congress that you guys did not even sign the letter which 8 political parties had signed and sent to the president. But I am having a bigger heart, and for the sake of opposition unity or for saying what is wrong, probably coming out and giving a statement in your favor. But this ruffles the feathers amongst the other people also, because then Arvind Kejriwal is clearly, with that statement, which is the statement I'm mentioning in the Delhi Assembly, is clearly wanting attention or a defamation by the BJP so that he captures some of the space. See, the opposition leader space today, which was a question mark and which because of the Congress losing many elections has been a question mark, is now being clearly occupied by Rahul because he is getting the media attention and everybody else is sort of supporting him, and BJP is targeting him personally and not any other leader personally in terms of Kejriwal or Mamata or KCR. So the opposition unity tangle still exists. We are probably not going to see a 1977 kind of a situation where almost 100% opposition unity, a Janata Party under the banner of Lokdal, and then they formed an alliance with CPM, Akali Dal and AIADMK. So it was almost 100% unity on all the 543 or 535 seats at that point of time.
So, Tarun, I ask you the same question. Do you see opposition unity after this disqualification? Do you see Rahul Gandhi coming through as a leader?
So I'll give you a small metaphor. I don't know if it will make sense or not, but let me give you a metaphor. Indian political system currently, there's BJP and then the rest of the world. The rest of the world, Suji, is like the West Indies cricket team. They're all islands, but they play under one flag. They did very well as long as they had a fantastic captain called Clive Lloyd. The day Clive Lloyd went, everything went. They're back to square one now. The point I'm making here is, if you want all parties to see Congress as a leadership party, first and foremost, Congress needs clarity of leadership, clarity of purpose, clarity of direction, and they must start winning. If these things don't happen, why would anyone? I mean, today, Arvind Kejriwal sounds more clearer than anyone else. I heard his speech yesterday in his assembly. He went on a rant, and I completely agree why he went on a rant. Because suddenly he's realizing that he is no more in the forefront of the political narrative. He wants to be there. Mamata Banerjee wants to be there. Mamata Banerjee is saying something else. Moha Mitra is saying something else. You can understand what's going on there. Everybody is playing their own little game now. Yeah? Everyone wants to survive. These are all islands. They're all kings, emperors. They don't want to lose it to Congress. BJP is very clear that way. It's a one monolithic party.
Correct. Okay. Sorry, you're saying.
No, I'm okay. I'm done.
Okay. Do you think, Amitabh and Tarun both, start with Amitabh, do you think that Rahul Gandhi will be arrested?
See, I see the case as a weak case. And that is why you see the BJP trying to give numerous colors to this case. The Apman of OBCs, entitled brat, 50% attendance, repeat offender, insult to the country outside. So that is why the BJP is building on these blocks, because the case is not fairly strong. Even if the case is proved in the higher courts, in the public eye, this is not something as a very heinous crime. These statements are made in political jest. I would say the democracy or the statement which is made outside that the Indian democracy is in danger and the BJP had made a big issue out of it, that is a much stronger case than this. Even in that case, Nishikant Dubey had asked or requested or had moved a motion for the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi. Again, if you see in most of the press conferences of BJP, they have not left this issue. So they are intermingling this issue. And the WhatsApp university today is the biggest and the largest and the cheapest medium of communication. So we are just seeing probably what we are seeing on the TV screens and reading on the newspapers. But इस एक मैसेज का 10 मैसेज बनेंगे और these will be circulated to the people, and there will be an intermingling of he has insulted the country outside and this sentence, and this will be propagated, and this is a bigger danger for the Congress. Again, as Tarunji also said, when you are coming for a press conference, you have not highlighted or not attacked on all the points which the BJP is targeting you at. You have gone on probably a tangent. Correct? BJP is saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 OBC Apman. You have 2 OBC chief ministers sitting beside you. Okay. Entitled, democracy in danger, etc. Now he needs to get a stay or the conviction overturned in the next 30 days. Otherwise, he would be barred from contesting not only 2024 but 2029 also, because an MP is disqualified for 6 years after serving his sentence. So this is in a way a big political career question over Rahul Gandhi as well. God forbid if he is not able to get the conviction stayed or overturned, it's not just one election, it is 2 elections, which means 2034 he will be able to contest. That is 11 years down the line, and that's a big time in Indian politics.
Correct. Amitabh, BBC, then Hindenburg, now Rahul Gandhi. Is either BJP is getting complicit and they are overrating their own popularity, or something is going wrong with the strategy? Would you agree to this?
See, even I didn't know this answer, but when you asked this question, I just thought about it. So what is the reason? So I got the reason now. Modi is a person who loves records. Record. Longest serving continuous non-Congress Prime Minister. If he becomes 15 years, or rather he will be equaling the record of Nehru, I think, yeah, from 52 to, yeah, Pandit Nehru. Gujarat. Why was all these things being done in Gujarat? Because there were 2 records. One record of himself when he won some 123 odd seats, and one record of Madhav Singh Solanki. So one of the records had to be broken this time, and they managed to break the record of Madhav Singh Solanki, because that is how people remember big personalities, big leaders. Correct. So he also knows that probably this is last election. Now there is a record of 414 seats. 414 I think, or 434. 414 probably. When Rajiv Gandhi led Congress won in 1984. They are at 303. How do you reach to 414? Completely decimate Congress party, which is getting 50 seats. And on most of those 50 seats, if you exclude Kerala, it is the BJP which is number 2. Correct? Because Congress has won some of those seats in the direct BJP 1-to-1 contest, almost 10% of the seats there, and in some other parts of the country. So Modi ji loves records. There is an opportunity where he sees that I can create a record and probably go in the history books as getting the biggest mandate, number one. Number two, there is a chance of finishing Gandhi scion politically for the next decade, because whatever probability is there, it is there, correct? High or low, whatever. Now it is there, hanging on his head. In that mission, let's say, they have probably become complacent and lost a clue of the larger picture, as Tarunji is saying. Modi appeals to a significantly high number of non-ideological voters or neutral voters or swing voters, as we call them. And these are the people whom we need to keep an eye on and see whether these activities of the BJP, which is your BBC, or going after Rahul Gandhi, or ED CBI raids, etc., is this community, and this community is fairly, you can say, middle class, rich class, upper middle class, which has investments in stocks, which wants an India growing, which has ambitions, which loves this Vishwaguru sort of the analogy, travels abroad, etc. perhaps. So we have to see the impact of these decisions on this set of voters, and this set of voters swings the elections for any political party. In all elections, this set of voter, probably between 15 to 18%, is the key to any election, and they should not take these voters for granted.
So, Amitabh, therefore,
ideological voter.
Correct. Therefore, just to conclude this topic, I want to ask you: do you think, therefore, that BJP is getting complacent? Therefore, their strategies are not going right somehow. Do you think that's happening?
BJP is getting complacent, and perhaps there is an adage: you are as good as your opposition. They are forgetting this adage. Correct. Rahul is good, Modi is good when he has Rahul in front of him. That is why this targeting specifically of Rahul Gandhi and trying to make him the leader of the opposition. Correct. So they are getting complacent, and they should not be fairly confident.
BJP is getting complacent. BJP is getting complacent. Great. Okay. My last question. I'll start with you, Amitabh, before I end the show. Amitabh, 2024. Do you think now, even now, it's a cakewalk for Bharatiya Janata Party?
See, if elections are held today, then it is a cakewalk. But elections have to be held 1 year hence. That is in April and May of 2024, and there is still some time. And there are many external events beyond the control of us, beyond the control of the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Congress Party, like the Pulwama incident, which changed the entire dimension of the 2019 elections. So this external environment is not within the control of anybody, and there will be events which could have a significant bearing on the elections going forward in 2024. However, if it is held today, then BJP has that one.
Correct. That's a very interesting way to end this program. Thank you so much, Amitabh, Tarun. Thank you so much for joining me for this show. What a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.